Oh, wait, I got to clap. I forgot.
Yes, of course.
Right,
You
thanks,
start.
that helps
My
everything.
goodness.
We're off and running. That's how.
Running it is.
Yeah, it's running. Welcome. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that's, well, the Barbie movie of podcasts, all fluffy and pink with very little substance. Although
I'm going to see that in a couple days, and I will tell you if it has substance or not. I, feel
I
like
have
it does.
heard that people, and this is from my daughter, that she absolutely has to go see this movie.
Yes,
Apparently, people are crying coming out of the Barbie movie. So
because it's so funny.
no, I think there's substance. Actually, there
Oh,
may,
'cause
be,
it's sad.
there may
okay.
be substance.
Oh,
to it.
no.
I don't
okay.
know. That's just the rumor.
I
and
think
now-
it's very feminist. I've heard that.
I don't know.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay,
Because
good.
as you know, I'm your neighborhood feminist.
All right. Well, we are Dave, Rachel, and Forman, and Rachel, of course, is your neighborhood feminist.
Your neighborhood. Yes. Well, what
Yeah.
else would I be?
Okay. Yeah.
That's right.
We're just
Well,
Kens.
No, we're just,
Just
a couple
Kens,
of just
yeah.
a couple of Kens.
Due to Underwhelming Demand, featuring Rachel
Yeah.
and Ken.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Just Ken.
Just
Sure.
Ken.
Yeah.
There's a
Barbie-
whole
Barbie
song. Like I
Rachel.
feel like it's like Ken's origin villain story of his "I'm Just Ken" song that he sings.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? We just got back from a road trip and we were listening to the Barbie soundtrack. And yes, Ken sings a song. We
You
heard that.
listen to the Barbie soundtrack
Well, it
without
came up on
having
my-
seen the movie.
It came up on my Amazon Music as a send. Kendall was like, "Can we listen to it?" I said, "Sure."
Wow.
We did. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and was this a
Whoever
fan-
did the marketing for Barbie, by the way, is genius.
Okay.
This is
Uh,
the best marketing
Can I just
I've
ask you,
seen.
can we slow down though? Were you away on like a family weekend thing again?
Yes, I was away.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a family beach day.
And,
Wasaga
and,
Beach,
and
actually.
then
it was
it
a bit of a
popped
road
up
trip.
on Amazon, and you listened to the Barbie soundtrack. Are
Mhm.
you like,
Mhm.
are you a sucker for punishment?
No,
Or-
it was fun. A lot of those songs are on the radio right now.
Uh-huh.
Not the Ryan Gosling one that he sings, but
Uh-huh. Okay.
it might be someday.
I'm sorry I brought it up. I'm so sorry I brought that up.
I actually like my family. Like we spend a lot of time with our families.
Okay. Good.
I know that surprises you, but
It doesn't. Well, yes, you seem to do a
Yeah.
lot of it, but
Yeah.
you do it with not
with
just
different
family,
families.
but extended family. That's
Yeah, this
where
was
it gets-
extended. My aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Good.
was good. It was a
Yeah,
good weekend.
sure.
It was a great beach day. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of who we actually are, feminists and family people, Dave.
Okay.
Dave is someone who often will say the Irish goodbye or not say it, because I guess that's the point of the Irish goodbye.
What's the Irish
Yeah.
goodbye? I don't know what
The
that
Irish
is.
goodbye is when you, and I don't really know why it's called the Irish goodbye, but it is called that, is when you just leave a party without saying goodbye.
Yeah, Dave
you don't say
exclusively
goodbye.
leaves parties that way.
Yes. Yeah,
I don't
he
think
does.
that's true. I don't think
Yeah.
I leave a party that way. I
Yeah,
think
you've done that a lot.
All
No,
social events you've left.
I
that
leave
way.
events
Every
that
single
way,
one.
not parties necessarily. I always
No,
thought
you- Yeah.
I beg to differ. I'm going to look it up.
You're either,
afterwards.
and you typically are the first one to leave, and you don't typically say much when you leave,
Okay, but that all right.
if
I-
anything.
I know someone.
There's been a lot of times where I'm like, "Where'd Dave go?"
No.
And somebody's like, "Oh, he left.
Okay,
I
well,
saw him leave."
I
I'm
don't.
like, "Oh,
I don't think. No, I would say goodbye to you if we were at an event. I would say goodbye to you.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
in the way of like,
If we
okay,
were
well, I'm
hosting.
gonna leave, guys. So if anyone
I'm gonna
asks,
go, I'll see
I
you
already
later.
left.
yeah. Well, that's,
I'm not saying goodbye
that's
to
a work
anyone
event.
else."
That's a work event. That's how you get out of. Like if it's a work event, that's what you do. An Irish goodbye, I always thought, and I'll look
Mhm.
it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Has to do with you're at a party, and maybe the party's at your own house. And I know someone who does this all the time.
You're married to
Um,
her.
You have no. She's tried to do it. Can I go to bed now? No, you're the host of the party. You can't go to bed now.
Oh
But
yeah.
I
Well,
do
she
know-
has, I think, gone to bed when I've been there.
Well, no, she's threatened to go to bed.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
But she's wild kicking us out.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
I want to
always-
go to bed, guys. Can
Yeah.
you leave? Yeah.
I always felt like that was the Irish goodbye. It's someone who and maybe they had a little too much to drink, whatever it was, and then everybody goes, "Hey, where's Forman? Oh, he must have left."
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Well,
with
the last
Dave.
time I saw him, he was barely standing.
Well,
Right. So I don't think I do Irish
does-
goodbyes. I think I do work goodbyes.
Well,
hey,
fine.
I'm out. In case
Dave-
anybody's asking,
yes.
I'm
You-
gone.
Well, okay. I
do
don't
Dave
know.
goodbyes
I'm
and-
sure you've done it at both kinds of events. There have been times where you have said goodbye to me.
Of course.
You don't say goodbye to everybody.
No.
An Irish goodbye specifically is describing a drunk person leaving without talking to anyone in order to avoid revealing how drunk they are.
That's
Okay.
right. And that's what I thought.
I didn't know
so
that it was because they were drunk necessarily.
So that's not what I do. That's not an Irish goodbye. What I do is
You're never
I'm,
really drunk.
I'm
actually.
not. I'm leaving. See you. I'll tell someone. I always
One
tell someone.
person.
I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
be like,
I'm
spread it
out.
around. I'm
Yeah.
out.
So
Yeah.
that's not an Irish goodbye. But thank you very
Also
much.
called it an Irish exit, a Dutch leave, or a French exit. I don't know why
Wow.
I don't know why they're called that. Anyway, so people who do Irish goodbyes is actually good news for you, Dave, because people who do the Irish goodbye save up to 2 days per year
Of
Time.
Not goodbye.
of time.
Yes,
You save time.
of course.
Up to 2 full days. This is a
I'm
study
not
from
again.
the University of New South Wales in Australia, and they studied 2,000 Australians, finding on average they go to about 25 parties a year. So
That's
at
the
each
Australian
party,
goodbye.
well, I don't
The
know. They call
Australian.
this
Gotta
the
fight
Irish
the
goodbye.
kangaroo.
I don't know. They say on average it takes a person 45 minutes to say goodbye at a
At
party.
least when
Yeah.
when you're talking about
So
Rachel,
if you're going
minimum.
to
How
okay.
how long
well,
does it
that
take
does
you to-
take me quite a long
How
time.
long does it take you to say goodbye? Rachel?
I'm literally the opposite of Dave because I will say I'm going 2 hours before I actually leave.
It's like half
Yeah.
the time spent at the party is trying to leave the party.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'll say, "Oh, we should probably go," and then I get into a conversation
Trying to
with
make the
someone,
rounds.
So
or
what
I
do you-
say, "Yeah, you make the rounds," and that's when you talk to everybody,
And what do you
right? When
call
you're
someone
trying to leave.
who does that?
That we don't have that's normal. We don't have
No,
a name.
that's not normal.
That's a
That-
normal
no,
thing.
it's
That's why
not.
we don't have a
That's
name.
not
It's
normal.
pretty.
So if you're
normal.
going to 25 parties a year and that's 45 minutes, that's a lot of time. So they say you spend an average of 18 hours
That
and
can't be
45
normal.
minutes each
It's-
year saying goodbye.
It's not normal.
It's got to be
It's
normal.
super
There's no
normal.
name for that.
That's double that amount of time out on the East Coast. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I'm
That's
lucky
true.
because I'm
Jeremy
married.
hates it though because he doesn't take as long as I do to say goodbye. He's like, Rachel, you get people in more conversations as you're trying to leave or as they're trying to leave. Like, stop it.
Mhm.
Let them go.
Stop
Yeah.
bringing
And
up
I'm like,
new
"Oh,
topics.
I did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Anyway, it
Mm.
turns out what Dave's doing is quite efficient,
Yeah, no
which I'm
kidding.
sure you already knew.
Well, it's not an Irish goodbye, by the way, because let's go. Foreman's right. It's someone who's drunk and doesn't want anybody to know that he's drunk, so I don't do that.
Right.
I've
Okay.
never
Well,
really-
I didn't think that it was necessarily about being drunk.
Yeah,
but-
but I mean, I'm married. My wife is perfect at like she just goes, well, we're leaving. That's it.
She's quite good at extricating herself. Not
Very
that she
efficient.
does the Irish
She's
goodbye.
better at it than I am.
Mhm.
She is. Yeah, I would
She's
say that's true.
extremely good at it. Has done it at many Christmas dinners. I love her for it. 'Cause-
But do other people think that's rude? Like that's what I'm always worried about. Like, what if I say goodbye too quickly? Is that rude?
I
Like,
think-
how quick is too quick? You know what I mean? Like, if it takes an
Um,
average of 45 minutes for people, the average person to say goodbye, then is quicker than that
what
rude?
did you say? 2 minutes?
45 minutes
45 minutes it
Yeah,
takes the
since-
average person to say goodbye.
to say goodbye at a
Mm.
party. Yeah. And
What's
and
wrong
if you
with
don't
you?
do that, if you do what you do, well, if you say the Irish goodbye, which is not saying it at all, you just kind of leave. That saves you 2 full days a year.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You live longer if you if you do that.
Yeah, you have more time to get
Yes,
stuff done.
you have more time.
But how quick is too quick? Because if
I-
it takes the average person 45 minutes,
unless
if you
they're-
can say goodbye in 15 minutes or 5, is that too quick?
I
Is
don't
that
think,
rude?
I don't think unless you're talking about sex, nothing is too quick. I don't think. Am I right? Like, am I right? Like, I'm sorry.
You
I don't,
have
why
to
are
have
you?
some like
Well, you're-
social graces
Well,
about
I,
you, I
yeah,
think.
but I don't know.
I think ideally,
how quick
though,
is too quick. I when it comes to saying goodbye, I don't think you can be fast.
I think your
enough.
ideal time-saving exit
get
that
out.
saves face with everyone is you get out. It doesn't matter how quick it is, and nobody notices.
Yes. Well, that's the best.
They can
way to
wrap
get out.
up the party and have no
The
clue
Irish
when
goodbye.
you may or may not have
Mm.
left. Then that works
That's,
perfectly.
well,
For
I don't know if
you.
that's- I don't know if that's
But everybody
Irish,
else is
but-
like, well, so and so didn't say goodbye.
No, but you
What's up
have
with
to make
that?
sure that they don't
Got-
notice.
because every time I go to say
Oh,
goodbye
well,
to
they're
you,
gonna
Rachel,
notice.
it takes you 45 minutes to say goodbye.
Yeah,
That's why
well,
I
see,
don't
the
say
thing
goodbye.
is I feel like if you're saying goodbye, especially to the host or whatever, you don't want them to think like, oh, this is so terrible. I want to get out of here.
No.
You want them to think I've had a great time. I love spending time with you. I'm willing to spend another 45 minutes saying goodbye to you.
Yeah, no,
Right?
I don't think it works that way. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't want you to do that for me. How about we work out that deal?
And
Okay.
if anyone
Don't ever
texts
At your
send-
house, I will up and leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
45-minute goodbyes at my house. When someone says, well, time to go, get out.
Well, you slap your knees and stand up. Time
Yep.
to go.
And
All
get
right.
out.
Everybody gets up and leaves.
Get out.
Thanks for coming.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast that's just like having a nice cold beer on a hot summer day.
Refreshing.
Except that when you're done, you really don't want another. You know, it's one,
I'm good for now.
one and done.
One
so
episode
it's a
at
Bud
a time.
It's a Bud Light.
It's
a
a
Coors
Bud
Light.
Light.
It's a Bud
Oh,
Light. That's what it
that's
is.
Right now, I can have all I want, and it doesn't matter. That's why I'm sitting here unshaven, wearing a sports jersey because nobody's
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Nobody's
you're on
there.
your own. How
I
long have
saw
you
that
been?
your wife wasn't there and your children.
How long?
Yeah.
How many days have you
It's a
been
week.
home alone?
It's a Thursday to Thursday situation.
Wow.
Oh,
Mhm.
and after a while, it does become a little tedious, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a day. A day is just sad and boring and lonely.
Yes.
You don't
it
like
is.
being alone?
For like a day would be fine. And
Yeah.
then if everyone came back and I got my family back, that'd be great. But
Yeah.
they're still gone. I mean, they all
Yeah.
spent the day before this recording all day in the hot sun at African Lion Safari.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Ooh.
photos.
So,
Ooh.
I saw your wife's photos. I said, oh, they must be visiting grandma and grandpa, but I'm pretty sure Forman's still in Halifax.
mhm. I did get to experience a province-wide state of emergency all by myself because it
Oh.
thunderstormed and rained, and we got a whole summer's worth of rain overnight.
Oh, my
Ooh,
gosh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah, I
messaged us
heard.
and said,
I
is
heard.
Forman okay? I saw the photos.
Yeah,
heard of
our
that.
house is kind of up on a hill, so I mean, there's anyone who has a gravel driveway, it's just completely washed out.
Oh, my.
It's terrible.
goodness.
Highways are washed out.
Oh,
Malls
wow.
are flooded. It's quite a mess.
Wow.
But right before this week was a whole bunch of people here to visit us. Ashley's sister and brother-in-law and their two little girls were all here from
Oh.
Ontario,
Okay.
which was
Ooh.
super nice. I mean, this is the first time ever coming to Nova Scotia. So new to Nova Scotia that my brother-in-law Ryan was like, "So what is Peggy's Cove?"
Oh,
Tourist trap.
okay.
But
Did
yes,
you take
thank
them
you.
there?
Thank you
Yes.
for asking.
Full of buses.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
But,
you take them there? You took them
Of
around?
course, we did.
Okay.
We did that. We did Bay of
Oh,
Fundy.
wow.
We did downtown
Yes.
Halifax. We did beaches. We are professional tour guides now.
Yeah, I
yeah,
bet.
you get good at it.
Because
yeah.
when family comes and you live somewhere they don't, then you're the tour guide.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Just now that for medical reasons, sometimes you can be on medication that doesn't really interact well with alcohol, so that kind of limits some of the things you're going to do and some of the things you're going to do to hang out at home.
Oh.
So I found one of the local breweries, Propeller, makes a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, nice.
So I got
Well, that's
everyone
cool.
a bunch of those, and it's actually really good,
Good.
which is nice. And we're sitting around dinner one at a time with all the family and all the kids, and their 1-year-old daughter just has food all over her face, and it's
See, it's not just me who has family time, Dave.
yeah, it's so
Uh-huh.
fun.
Some of
Yeah.
us like our families.
Uh-huh.
We had lots of fun, but Harley asks, "Can I try that?" And we all
The
go, "Ha ha
non-alcoholic?
ha." Well, it is non-alcoholic, so it wouldn't be a big deal. But no.
If you
But
want,
should I get her used to the taste of beer
Mhm.
at this age? I don't
And
know.
Ashley was the one pushed and said, "Oh, she can get her a cup. She can have a little bit. There's nothing. It's like it's fine."
Ooh.
Thinking it would be the kind of case where you catch a kid smoking a cigarette, so it's the kind of punishment where you're like, "All right, kid, smoke this whole pack and then see how you feel." Right?
Yes.
Right, 'cause
Exactly.
it's gross.
So-
right, yeah.
In her
Acquired taste.
head, she was saying, "Sure, Harley, let me pour you some beer. Enjoy this non-alcoholic beer. Bet you you'll hate it." Guess what?
Oh, no.
July 12th, 2023, the day that is the beginning of the end, where Harley said, "I love it." She loved the taste of the beer, and she
I
asked
don't
for
think
more.
anyone says that ever when
Oh.
they're
She's
first
10.
beer. That's like it's an
She's
acquired taste. I
10.
feel like.
Yes.
What kind of beer is it supposed to simulate? Because sometimes they'll make like, I don't know, like what kind of beer?
It's just
Yeah.
a straight lager,
Like a light-
propeller,
a
non-alcoholic
straight lager.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So did she
don't-
have more?
No, she didn't. 'Cause I
What
said
did you
no.
say? Yeah,
And she now actually knows that this could be the beginning.
this was
of
a bad
any
idea.
Potential
Oh, yeah.
problems. It's
She
all
thinks-
coming
That's a
back to
slip-
that decision.
That's a slippery slope, that one.
Yes.
Wait till she's like 15, 16. Oh, I remember what beer tastes like.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
No,
She's gonna know.
I have a 16-year-old. I took two 16-year-olds away to a tropical vacation.
Yes, you did.
In which they had wristbands, but they were the wrong color.
Okay.
Right. And so at one point, I think we went, if that's what you want.
Oh.
And it ended kind of this. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure that my daughter was like, "This is awful," and I'm like, "Yep,
Good.
that's pretty much what we thought you'd say." So,
Perfect.
but then the other 16-year-old that was in attendance went, "Oh, you just got to stick with it. You'll be fine, Charlotte."
Oh, so she knew.
She
She's
knew.
tried it.
Like
She
in my
knew.
mind, if you're going to introduce someone young to alcohol, you get the worst one. But you like give it here's a little dribble of scotch. See if you
Yeah.
see if you
The
enjoy
best
that.
idea,
Guinness. You should have
yes.
given
Oh,
her
did
Guinness.
you hate that? Well, that's what all alcohol tastes like. Too
Yes.
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with Guinness? Guinness
Well, the
is
beer
awesome.
for somebody to start with a Guinness, it's quite
Oh, okay.
strong.
All right, maybe.
You know, how old do you have to be to drink in Mexico? 16.
18. I think 18.
Oh,
yeah.
18. Okay.
18.
All right.
18 years old. Yeah. So
Wow.
you know,
Well, and so what does Ashley think now?
It's fine because right
Okay.
now everything's fine and calm down. But I have written that down in my diary, and now it's in this podcast.
Okay. So
Okay, you
you're
made-
banking points here?
you're
Well, we've established, you can't really bank points on your wife, but this
Okay.
point I
Right.
think will stand the test of time.
why do I feel like you're gonna get a deep
Oh,
doo-doo?
boy.
It's
just
still
for
my
you?
fault anyway.
Yeah, it's still your
It's
fault.
still my fault.
And stop talking about it if it isn't my fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that gloated about it on the podcast.
Yeah, you're screwed. You are screwed. This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that's just like the new Mission Impossible movie, except instead of incredible stunts performed by Tom Cruise, we have Rachel yawning.
Yeah, that's true.
Very
I could yawn right now. Actually. If you just have to say it, see. No, you're yawning.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
contagious.
That's awesome.
All you have to do is say it.
Just what I thought. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. It's time for headlines.
Yeah.
These are headlines. I don't make these up. I don't have to make these up. I just headlines. It's all you get is headlines.
They're plentiful.
Yep.
You don't need to click on the rest of the story.
Yeah. No need to click on
Sometimes it ruins it.
real headlines. Real
Take
people.
what you get.
You take what you get. These are real headlines. Here we go. Let's
Sometimes
get started.
the story makes things real sad.
Yeah.
to read.
Just say you don't want to.
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a dog coming up here with me.
Don't ask for
On my
more.
lap.
Oh, there you go.
There she
Well,
is.
I hope the dog doesn't get upset. Here we go. Expert witness in disbarment hearing is barred for not being an expert.
Oh. Okay. Well, that somebody picked the wrong person.
There's something ironic about that.
Yeah.
Professor studying dishonesty accused of falsifying data.
Oh,
Something
sure.
ironic about that too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You probably wonder, how can I get away with this?
Yeah. Man temporarily goes blind attempting crying world record.
Real headlines.
Too many tears? How is that
I
possible?
don't know.
Wow.
I hope he's okay. That's very sad. I don't want to cry over
He
that.
obviously never broke up with his teenage
Whatever you do,
boyfriend.
don't laugh so hard you cry. Man, Machine Gun Kelly fulfills fans' wish by punching him in the face.
What?
Headlines.
That was somebody's wish.
That's the best. Way to go, Machine. What a nice
Wow.
nice guy.
Yeah.
What a great
Sure.
Why
guy.
do
That's-
none of our fans ever ask us to do
no,
that?
right, no.
No.
Ted Cruz proposes law that would allow citizens to know if their air fryer is spying on them.
Their
That's an
air
actual
fryer.
headline.
We need a law for that?
Apparently, we're
Do air
proposing that.
fryers have like Wi-Fi or something?
I don't know. Check your air fryer. It could be spying on
Hey,
you.
why is there a giant camera and
Does Ted
microphone on this
Cruz
air
not have-
fryer?
He's not very busy, Ted Cruz. He mustn't be
Apparently
very
not.
busy.
No, you can't be.
Yeah.
Man wanted by police found in prison.
Oh.
Headlines.
Oh, we already got him. We forgot.
Just sort of that headline says it all, right?
Yes,
It's
yeah.
just that's all you need.
That
there it
makes
is.
me question the legal system.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
okay. Woman with hammer challenges woman with gun to fight
Okay.
and gets shot.
Oh,
We have
Yeah.
been, don't take a hammer to a gunfight. Okay?
Yes.
Never
Yep.
take a knife to a gunfight.
You're right.
Only
That's right.
take guns to gunfight.
Yes, right.
Yes, you need
You're
to
going
equal
to a
the equal the
gunfight.
weapon.
Leave
Yeah.
the axe at home. Scientists are demanding more research about space sex.
That's an actual headline.
Are they?
I thought it would be
Which-
Why aren't
which
astronauts
scientists?
demanding more
Yes.
research about
Right.
space sex?
Right.
Can we do a little bit more of that? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if we've figured
Maybe
it out
the
yet.
astronauts might be able to tell us about it because they're the ones that have gone up there.
Yes, they would be the ones demanding more research.
What?
What
What-
did you learn? I don't know. We need to do it again.
Yes.
7 more times, I might get it.
7 more times. Okay.
Okay, maybe 8. Woman,
Oh my gosh.
woman busted smuggling 5 Okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
Just edit this part out, Forman, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
it won't be
Uh-huh.
edited.
Yeah, whatever. Woman busted smuggling 5 live corn snakes inside her bra.
Real headlines.
What would that feel like,
How big
Rachel?
are they? Not very good. Very wiggly, I feel like.
Do they
I'll have
bite?
to look up what a corn
I
snake
hope
is and
not.
move on from there.
How large are they?
I don't know.
How large are her boobs?
I don't know. The 5 live corn snakes were hidden inside her
5?
bra.
Wow.
5 of them.
That's too many.
Pallbearer killed in rival funeral home dispute.
What?
Ouch.
Oh my.
Headlines.
Sorry, I didn't know that the funeral home turf war was so gang-like.
It is. Pallbearer killed. Like, I never bring a pallbearer to
Is that
a
because they
funeral
wanted
home
more
dispute.
business?
I don't know. And off to Florida. Let's go to Florida.
Hey.
Okay.
Florida man drinking Florida man beer
Yes.
arrested.
Of
That's an
course.
actual headline.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Of course it
I'm
does.
happy about that
It
headline.
should be.
Yes.
Florida man's life goal is visiting the highest point in every county in Florida, America's flattest state.
Real headlines.
In
Scoping
every-
out property for when the whole state's underwater soon.
Apparently,
Mm.
I guess.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay. That's
Florida
What
man
a goal.
says being bitten by alligator stings a little, but I'm good.
oh well.
Headlines.
That's
The
fair.
guy that lost an arm behind the bar. While he
It
was-
could
Yes!
be that same
Just-
guy.
You know
Same
what? I
guy.
can do without
I'm good.
it. I'm
I'm
good.
I
Yeah.
got another one.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I had 2. Florida couple
I have a
busted.
spare.
Florida
Sorry.
couple busted having sex in sand in Daytona Beach.
That's an
Yeah.
actual
Look,
headline.
How is that a
It's a
headline?
very public beach.
That's right. It's a
that
very
I'm sure
public
that
beach.
happens every day.
Yes,
I
but,
don't know why that's a headline.
you know, there's a drink called Sex on the Beach.
yes,
there is.
there-
There
yeah,
is a
mixed drink. Yeah.
But I honestly, and I don't have experience, but I honestly think that sex on the beach is not as, it's not what it seems.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I
Yeah.
I think it's I think it seems like a good idea at the time, kind of thing, until you get sand
Until you do it.
everywhere.
until you get sand
Yeah.
in places you don't want sand.
Yeah.
You know when you go home and you got sand in your bathing suit?
Yeah, well, this would be
I
worse.
think this would be worse. Yeah.
It would be
It
worse.
would be
You're
much
right.
worse.
It would be way worse.
Yeah.
Florida man, 7-Eleven clerk. That's a new
He's
one, I
a
will
7-Eleven.
admit.
Okay.
Florida man, 7-Eleven clerk,
Uh-huh.
arrested for hitting a female customer in the head with a big gulp.
Real
That was
headlines.
smart. That would, as the guy
That would
got,
smart.
that would,
Oh, it
as the
hurt.
guy bitten by an alligator, it would sting a little. But
would sting a
she's
little.
probably good. Yeah,
Right.
she's probably good. Florida man wearing.
Okay.
This one will take a while. Okay, so hang in there. Hang in there.
Settle in.
Yeah, Florida man wearing only a loincloth and socks smashed into several vehicles and tried to outrun a helicopter before crashing into the Flagler County landfill.
Headlines.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I could, but I don't
In a
think it would-
loincloth and
it
socks.
wouldn't change anything.
He
This-
actually lost me after the loincloth and socks because I thought, that's odd.
Just rewind by 15 seconds.
Yeah, Florida man wearing only loincloth and socks smashed into several vehicles, tried to outrun a helicopter before crashing into the Flagler County landfill. And I got stuck on the one about which one did I get? We had to edit. Doesn't matter. I couldn't say 5 live corn snakes, but I could get Flagler County landfill out. I don't know. All right, last one.
What a dumb name, Flagler.
Flagler.
Yeah.
Florida man with large abnormal bulge in groin
Mm.
turns out to be Slim Jim's.
That's an actual headline.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. You know what? That's not what you.
That's
Hey,
too bad.
Is that a Slim Jim, or are you happy to see me?
Are you a little bit happy to see me? I never knew if it's too much to use this headline or not, but there's an astronomy headline about Uranus.
Nope.
Anything with Uranus in it, as Tony
Yeah.
Kornheiser would say,
Yeah.
is funny.
Yeah. The headline is, quite literally, Uranus takes a pounding more frequently than thought.
I would read that. I would read that. This is a planetary headline, and just read it.
I'm
Yes,
putting that in.
absolutely.
I can't. I can
Oh, you
only
can't
see my
see it.
reflection.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Just letting you know, we're about to go on a very short summer break.
Yeah.
Just a little summer break.
We won't have episodes for a little bit,
Okay.
but we will come back.
Yes.
We
It's a
plan
good time
for
to
it.
catch up, you know?
Yeah,
if
binge.
you haven't
Take
heard,
us on your road trip.
Yeah. This is a
skipped
little thing.
over a few, you hear a bit of this one, a bit of that one. Now you can go back and listen to all the stuff you haven't heard yet.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking, by the way, when we talk about stuff that we've done before, this has troubled me for I think like 3 weeks, and I'm trying to remember because we did it after Father's Day. We talked. Forman and I essentially talked a little bit about Father's Day, and I talked about how I had a Father's Day that most mothers would want for Mother's Day, where no one was there. I was left alone.
Yes.
But then I was
Agreed.
as it turns out, I was visited by my son, my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, then my wife and Charlotte got me my favorite thing for Father's Day dinner, which was a kitchen sink pizza from
Oh
Domino's.
yes. That's right. Yes.
And after we were done, and we had a little laugh about some of the things that happened, the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. And there was a little bit of the story that I left out. And after we were done, I went, you know what? I feel terrible because, it was Father's Day, and I mentioned Charlotte, and I mentioned my son David, but I neglected to mention I have a third child. Her name is Jessica. She lives in Toronto.
Yes.
She was part of my Father's Day. And
Oh.
immediately after we were done, I thought, oh, I didn't, I should have said, oh, and I also, because my daughter Jessica always makes sure that she contacts me. If she's not here for Father's Day, she always makes sure. So we FaceTimed on Father's Day in the middle of the craziest, scariest truck ride I've ever been on, because my 16-year-old daughter said, we're going to get you a pizza for dinner, as I told you, but I'm going to drive. I'm going to drive down. I'll drive your big black truck down. And I
Okay.
went, okay, you sure you're going to be okay in the big black truck? And while we were driving, I FaceTimed my daughter Jessica, who
Just to
was
distract you from what was happening on the
yeah,
road.
she was a part of one of the scariest rides I've ever been on.
Of your life.
And I should have said that. What kind of dad? What a horrible father!
Oh,
He
well,
forgets one of his children. So
well,
I
you never
just
forget her. You
I didn't.
That's
But I
okay.
did. In an effort to move the story along, somehow I omitted. Anyway, I just want to say, Jessica, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
apologize.
yeah.
Well, I just
I
feel
know that
like
you don't forget about her because you tell me about her
I am
whenever we were
very
off
look.
the air. You would talk to me about her,
She
so I
lives
know
in.
that you wouldn't forget
Oh,
about
she
her.
lives in Toronto, and she's making her way in a city that I truly hate. And so I'm very proud of her for doing that.
Mhm.
It's just I feel like, as soon as we were done, I remember clicking off the computer and going, oh. And she, by the way, is a huge supporter of the podcast. So, and we all appreciate
Oh,
that.
that's so
So,
nice. Thank you.
Jessica, that was my bad. And I'm not going to win any Father of the Year awards, sadly. Not this year, anyway.
No, because
Maybe
I
next
mean,
year.
honestly, all I hear, Jessica, is you better compete for his love a little bit harder.
Oh, no, no. You don't do that to me, boy. Don't
No,
do that to me.
no,
All right.
no.
So anyway,
I
I
know
got
that you would always talk to her or talk about her to me, so I know that you wouldn't have forgotten
She
her.
would text me in the middle of when we were on the air. Sometimes she'd be listening in Toronto and
Yeah.
text us while we were on the air. So,
Right.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's always supported. So, and I appreciate that. Anyway,
Yes, of course.
your dad screwed up. He didn't mean to, but he screwed up.
That's okay.
All right.
Happens to the
Let's.
best of us.
Have we heard from anybody else, or do
Yeah,
I
we've
just
gotten a
should I
few-
apologize for anything else?
Now
Is there
listen,
something-
no. The last episode, Forman talked about Canada Day in Halifax and how it was so
Yes.
stinky.
Yes.
Well, your
Yes.
friend Scotty Gavin sent us a message on Facebook. You
Oh,
can
good.
message us on Facebook, Instagram, email. Facebook and Instagram, it's at Dave Rachel Forman. That's our handle. Email Dave
Really?
Rachel
Well,
Forman
this is a
at
friend-
gmail.com.
A friend of yours, for
No, he started listening. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I've known now Scotty pretty well. I met him at a number of events and stuff, but he's been a regular listening of our radio show.
Mhm.
And so it's so nice to have him on board for this show too.
Well, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Scotty.
Yeah.
So Scotty was listening, and
And he's the best kind of listener because you always can tell like what you've talked about. You're thinking, I bet you if the phone starts ringing, it's gonna be Scotty. Yep, it is, and he always has something hilarious to say.
yes. So he says, hey, I just listened to episode 41 where Forman was talking about BO during Canada Day. If the smell was everywhere, could he have been the cause?
Okay.
Perhaps his co-host faked her pregnancy to get a break from his pungent odor.
Wow.
Remember all those nice things I just said about Scotty?
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well,
I just said that made me literally LOL. I will have
Mhm.
to ask him, but I agree with you. It might have been him.
I disagree. Katie has
Might
sent
have
us a
been
DM
him.
on
I love it.
Instagram saying the podcast makes my week. I have to be careful, though, who is also listening. LMAO. Explaining to my 9-year-old son what a condom was enough to now enjoy the podcast alone when driving
Yeah.
on with earbuds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a radio show anymore.
No.
Because I had a family member say to me, I've listened to some of your podcasts. They're a little bit cheeky. I said,
cheeky.
Yeah, they can be.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Tabitha
Yeah.
says, I'm listening to episode 40 and I'm crying over Dave's definition of the chief happiness officer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well,
Dave,
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but the CHO is basically managing all of HR. It's a pretty new and trendy title for HR managers, especially in the tech space, to ensure the culture of the company and office are in line with the company's mission statement, values, and goals. I don't think I have to lay this out for you why this is the exact wrong position for Dave.
Hey, come on!
Yes,
I
exactly.
explained it all. I think
Yeah.
I think I did a very good job presenting my case.
Oh my God. You still shouldn't be the happiness
Uh-huh.
officer.
Sure.
Someone has asked us if you're okay in the floods and stuff, Forman, and you did say that you were okay.
Yeah.
But that's Dave, and he texts us a lot. So yes, Dave, he Forman's okay.
Foreman's
He's
all
all
right.
good. Yeah.
Foreman's good.
We are on YouTube, and if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, if you want to watch the podcast, you can see our reactions. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman, or Due to Underwhelming Demand Podcast. You can search for on YouTube. Somebody whose handle is Living in London, Ontario, Canada, says, "I love that you're on YouTube. It makes the podcast that much better."
Oh, really?
thank
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Amanda commented on our Crocs episode. Because my daughter has to have Crocs. She has a 10-year-old daughter. I just made my 10-year-old use her birthday money to buy herself Crocs. And she's an adult-sized shoe, so it's not cheap. Every single 10-year-old is wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
So Forman's
actually,
right.
and you're not going to believe this, but we had a family get-together yesterday,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, Rachel, and my granddaughter is wearing Crocs with gibbets.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, you're great.
Yeah.
How old is she? 3?
4?
4? Wow. I can't believe she's 4, first of all. But yeah, they've
4?
got
Yeah.
Crocs for everybody.
Okay, I've got
Yeah.
one more story for us then from JJ Van Hevel.
Okay.
Saying, "We were camping this week in Sauble Beach, and as we were walking through the campground, we saw a sign hung near the road in front of someone's trailer that said, 'We play well with others,' and a picture of 2 upside-down pineapples below it.
Uh-oh.
That's so blatant now that I know.
And then she went back to get a picture. Okay, I went back just to get a pic, but I had to
Yeah.
be stealthy because they were sitting outside
Oh
having
my God.
breakfast.
Of
And
course
I
they
didn't want
were.
them to get the
They
wrong
were waiting
idea.
for people. They're waiting for friends. Yeah, you
Mhm.
didn't want them to get the wrong idea.
And then
Wow.
follows it up with, "I'm so happy you guys are doing the podcast. I haven't been able to find anyone on the radio I like since you guys left. Thank you."
Oh, well,
Oh.
that's nice. That's nice. By the way,
I'm sorry about that.
I
Yeah.
have a text here from you remember a couple of podcasts ago we were sponsored by the 10th anniversary of the book
Yes.
Never Give Up.
Yes,
Never
of
Give Up,
course.
about little Johnny and the Turtles and helping
Snapper.
the Turtles. Snapper, sure.
Yep.
Well, Jan Everett, who wrote and did all of the book, she did the illustration and everything else.
Yes.
Messaged me and said we just dropped off 3 books in Moncton. Nice couple who
Oh.
listen to Pure Country.
No way.
And they also listen to the podcast. She now streams Forman in the morning in Halifax.
Hey.
Oh
How
my
about that?
gosh. Wow.
We told her we would tell you how glad she is to have found you again.
Thank
Just a
you.
great story all around. So
That
there you
is
go.
we've made it to Moncton, guys. Holy cow.
It's Moncton, Ontario.
Oh, where's
Fine.
Moncton,
Oh, I
Ontario?
thought it was
Moncton,
Moncton, New Brunswick.
Moncton, Ontario.
Maybe that's why I thought maybe that's why she was streaming Forman.
Don't get that excited, Rachel.
I will still. I'm happy that you're
I mean,
listening.
Okay.
I wouldn't get
Thank
that
you.
excited about Moncton, New Brunswick either. But
Well, I know, but I thought it was New Brunswick for a
Okay.
minute.
It's time
Monk-
to say goodbye.
Moncton with a K.
It's time to say goodbye, Rachel. Is this going to take 45 minutes?
No, I'm done with you guys. See you later.